We're live.
And we're live. Just bringing in IG on the other side. Welcome to Real Talk with TAS and OnJerya. The year is 2026, and we are so excited to be back with you. I am your host, Dr. Teresa Smith, TAS, and OnJerya is my beautiful sister. Say hi, OnJerya.
Hi.
Well, some of you know I had to step away for about 4 months. Now, I had a whole lot of irons in the fire, did a whole lot of different things. And so we're going to catch you up on the year that was 2025. And for those who are joining us for the first time, basically, we are two sisters from two different generations. And I know it doesn't look that way, but from two different generations. And we bonded and we had the most enlightening conversations offline. And I said to OnJerya, we need to do a show. She said, I'm not doing a show with you. I said, OnJerya, you need to do a show with me. She said, I'm not doing a show with you. So anyway, I volunteered her about 3 years ago, I guess it was now, that she was doing a show with me. And so our show premiered in, it was about 2 years, would have been 2024, January 2024. Our show premiered. And she loves it. I knew that she would, but you know how you got those people in your family that you got to just drag them. What's that old saying? You can't lead a horse. You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. Well, I was having a hard time just leading this one. But once I got her there, she's been drinking, and we've been having so much fun. And now we'll be talking. Oh no, I want to talk about that on the show. And I'm like, well, what, we can't have no conversation offline no more. She's like, no, we're gonna talk about it on the show. So that was the premise for the show, and before we talk about the year that was, I got to share you guys, before I stepped away last year, I had written a book. We had been massaging this book, and I had given it, I had done it, and I said, OnJerya, here's the book. What do you think? And then I stepped away. And so the book was put on hold. Well, I want to tell you right now that the book is called Real Talk with TAS and OnJerya, two sisters, two perspectives of life, love, and everything in between. And I don't know why I always say that way, because it's life, love, and everything in between. And so our book is now available in print on Amazon, but the launch is going to actually drop January 16th. I think it's launch day. But I will let you know that you can get your copy now. I told Mother, that's Miss Gloria, I said to her, I said, Mama, it's just pretty. She said, Mama, you know how Mama is. Y'all know Miss Gloria. She said, doesn't it have a line down the... I said, no, Mama, it don't have a line. I just don't know what Mama was thinking about. I said, it's just pretty. And I think that it's so beautiful for me because my sister and I wrote this book together. So, when you pull somebody kicking and streaming, and you finally get something done, it just feels like, oh my God. But, I pulled a kicking and streaming. So, OnJerya, did I leave out anything?
No, I think you pretty much covered it.
Okay. You got a book on your end?
I do. My book came in the mail today. Fresh, hot off the press.
Hot off the press.
Hot off the press, girl. Just got it out the mailbox. So yeah, get your copy today if you don't have it already.
Well, get your copy today. And over on the IG side, I just want to say thank you to Danny Claiborne for joining us, and Pressure P16, and Miss Pretty, and Linda Morris. I maybe mispronounced it. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. So, OnJerya, let's talk about the year that was 2025.
I mean, where do we start? Are we picking up like where we left off at, I guess?
Well, let's kind of set up where we left off at and then take it from there.
I don't know, girl. Like you needed a break, and so we went on hiatus. That's pretty much where we left off at. Yeah. So what was that? August.
August.
Oh, August. Picture it, 2025. The last show.
August was my birthday month. That's what she's really alluding to. Go right on.
Yeah, so August, your birthday month. We had our last show for the season, and she decided that she wanted to step away which was perfectly fine. She's like, "Oh, we're just going to be gone for a week, a two, a three," and then it became a month, 2 months, 3 months. And I'm like, are we ever going back? And you're like, yes, we're going back because there's different things that we've been working on. Of course, during the hiatus, there was a lot of growth. There was a lot of traveling, a lot of getting to know one another, actually, a lot of bonding. Um, we went to a lot of different shows because, as you know, we've said that we love going to our concerts. We actually took the babies, my babies. They had never been on the Amtrak, so we actually took the train from Charlotte to Raleigh, and we took them to their first Broadway play to go see Beauty and the Beast. So that was definitely something new and exciting. I can't forget to mention that we got to see the awesome Andre Bocelli.
Oh yeah, Andrea Bocelli.
We got to see Bocelli. So that was definitely fun and exciting. And I know I haven't posted in a while, but don't worry.
We're
I'll be
gonna get them
posting.
posted sometime.
I'll get it posted
Yes,
sometime.
can't be choosy.
Yeah. So there was a lot of milestones, of course, that was made. The youngest turned 13. We did the chef making waves. Your girl turned 40. So I'm 40 and fabulous, if you didn't already know. I know. That right there within itself is a whole milestone because, you know, a lot of people don't make it to see that age. And so I am thankful and grateful. And your girl did it big, took a couple of trips, went to the island just to relax, just to relax and
You went to the
focus
island?
on me. I did, and you was with me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yes. I went
But
I went
sometimes,
to went
yes,
to a lot of places. A
yes,
lot of
that's right.
places.
I'm like the islands. When you said that, my mind, in my mind was like going south to the islands.
Oh no.
I forgot. Yeah, we did go to the island. We was in
Yes,
the island.
we was in so we start off in the cold.
Yes, we did. Oh
I
God,
got to meet my manager. So if she watched this on replay, hey boo.
I got to
Um,
meet you too.
yeah, she got to meet my manager too. Of course, they tag team me, but it's okay. I love both of them. And
She's my
as she
girl.
started off saying, yes, I get it together. Okay, it's not that I can't do it, won't do it. It's just that it just takes me a minute to get there because I really don't want to do it. I'm perfectly okay with being the supreme. I don't want to be Diana all the time, but of course they keep telling me, baby, you got to be Diana.
You
I
got to
said,
be
okay. So here we are. Um, so yeah, we went up north, did the Chef Making Waves cruise. We came back.
there.
Teresa did some great things with the infamous, fabulous Cyrus Webb.
Oh yes, oh
You went
yes.
to Mississippi.
I went to Mississippi.
Yes.
Cyrus is a Guinness record holder for having the most interviews in 12 hours. He broke the record. The record was in Lebanon, I think it was, and he brought it back to the United States. So, congratulations to the United States, congratulations to Mississippi, and congratulations to Cyrus Webb. Absolutely.
Yeah. So while she was down there in the dirty South, I went dirty South more west to Houston, Texas, where they do everything is bigger in Texas. And got to spend some time with one of my besties and of course my nephew. And then we came back together. And that's when we went to Hawaii Kiki and had the privilege of spending time with one of your classmates who showed us the island. We had already been there previously,
Mhm.
but of course, that was on an escorted tour. So this one, we decided to just do it independently, and it was the best thing ever. And then, so that's November. Of course, we have Thanksgiving. And then my oldest,
Wait a minute. Let me reset here. Hey, Red, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you, Omar and Dennis, for joining us on Facebook. You skipped Thanksgiving. Uh, You're not gonna give me no accolade, nothing for Thanksgiving.
no, I'm not. Because you
Or
get
I
Thanksgiving
cook.
every year.
Let me tell you, I cook because my family comes to me for Thanksgiving. I cook, guys. Taz was in the kitchen. I just hadn't posted the video. Maybe I can get OnJerya to post the video. But I did cook, and I mean, it was good food. Want good food?
It was. It was. I sent her a recipe. What was it? The sweet potato,
Potato, was the sweet potato honey bun cake
honey
that I
bun.
made.
It
From
was
off of
good.
social media, and I made it. And somebody else got some of it. They said it was good too.
Yeah. So if you find recipes, this is a plug. So if you find recipes and you like for Todd to try them in the kitchen, just send it to her. And of course, she's always going to make it healthy because that's who Taz is. That is her niche. That's what she does. She takes the most gourmet foods and transfer them to healthy gourmet foods.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So then now we're passing through Thanksgiving. And then my oldest turned 21. I know, normal babies. Everybody grown. So they think. And then we had Christmas. And so while all of these exciting things are going on, we decided that guess what? We wanted to release a book. And just like how she was telling me that, we're going to do this show, she said, we're going to release this book. And I said, okay, great. And then next thing I know, the book came out. And here we are now. So again, here's the plug. Boom. If you haven't already, go to Amazon and get your book. Hard copy, of course, is available now, and the Kindle will be available on January 16th. So we've done a lot of things while we were on hiatus. Oh, I forgot to mention, it also is an Amazon bestseller.
It is.
Won't he do it? So while we were on hiatus, of
Look
course, we
at
did a lot of.
God. As OnJerya always says, look at God.
Well, look at God. Won't he do it? The information was posted on a Saturday, yes, Lord, and then by Tuesday it was a bestseller. I said, look at God. Won't he do it? See, when God is in the midst, there's nothing that no one else can do.
And,
Okay.
and let me just say this because this is such good timing. Thank you, Sarah Revan, which that's not proper protocol, but
They
past
gonna get
school,
you.
I know they're gonna get me. Past school administrator Vivian Kellogg, Reverend Vivian Kellogg, Sarah Vivian Kellogg is watching. And I thought it was just so appropriate because we're talking about God and what he will do.
Yeah.
And so I just want to give her a shout out over on Facebook. Now, Andre, I know you skipped over somebody. I just can't let you skip him. You know who you skip? It's
No,
hot
who
in here. It's hot
I
in here.
never. Well, see, no, I posted about Nelly. I just
Oh,
didn't post about. I didn't
you
see.
didn't
I didn't
post it
post
on
about
Insta, you posted over on TikTok.
that one. Well, that was kind of TikTok one.
Yeah, it's hot in here.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about Nelly.
And
It's
we
hot.
have the same birthday, so hey,
Yeah.
shout out to the Scorpios.
We went to see Nelly, and I love Nelly, and so I think that was the first time you were able to get me out the house because I couldn't leave the house because I was house locked. I couldn't get out the house, and I think Nelly is when we got me out the house, and we got a chance to hear him, and he's just so he's so good, and we love you also, Sarah Kellogg. But I'll give it back to you now, OnJerya.
Okay, well, since we're gonna be talking about Nelly, we also saw Uncle Charlie, if you know who that is, from the Gap Band.
Charlie Leslie Wilson, and I've never
So
seen him. He was good.
he was, and I've never seen him in concert either. So
Well, you forgot you left somebody out.
who?
I'm on the midnight train to Georgia.
Oh yeah,
I'm
we did
every
see the
woman.
Queens. We did see the
Saw the
Queens.
Queens. You saw the Queens.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
See, with so much going on, girl, I can't remember. And guess what? It
What?
was your 40th
Oh
high
God,
school
yes! It was
classmate.
my 40th class a class reunion too. Good God, but I was out the house. Well, I had just barely got out the house. That was in September. And I was like, you're going to go to your class reunion because we had been planning this. So you're going to go to your class reunion. And everybody looked so good. The place was decorated. My classmates did an excellent job. It was so good to see people. Some people I hadn't seen since we graduated. And, we've lost some classmates since then. And of course, we've lost some before then. So I say live every day which is a cliche, as if it was your last. But what I really am saying this: if you think about somebody, reach out to them, because I've learned my lesson. When people cross my mind, I need to reach out to them. So if somebody crosses your mind, reach out to them, because you may not have an opportunity later. But yeah, my 40th class reunion was in Anson County, which is Waitsboro, North Carolina, and so it was good to see my classmates. And like I said, we're from the same generation, OnJerya and I. I know you can tell by how we look. We're from the same generation. 18 years apart, but the same generation.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So, yeah, we've done a lot of exciting things over the last few months. Um, and the thing is, they've been all great successes. They've been wins. There has been tears of joy, tears of sadness, because it's like, oh, this project's coming to an end, right? Because it was fun being able to write this book with my sister, contrary to popular belief. That's why it's called Real Talk with TAS and OnJerya. Did you write that book? Of course she did. That's why it's based off the show. But I want us to reflect on, since I am bringing that up.
Before you say that, while you get your thoughts together,
Mm-hmm.
yes, Miss Pretty, you're gonna enjoy Hawaii when you get there. It was beautiful. The first time we were there was escorted tour. It was really good. We had a great time. Went to several islands. This time when we went back, my classmate lives there, so she took us to a different side of the island, which is where she lives at, and it was really, really great. So yes, you will definitely enjoy the island when you get there. I give it back to you now, Anjay.
So, no, you're good. So, my thought process when I was thinking about, oh, all the things that we've accomplished in these last few months, my thought for tonight, I guess, what's your beef?
What's your beef? Okay.
What's your beef?
Not where's the beef? I'm,
Uh-uh.
I'm dating myself, but what's your beef? Okay.
What's your beef?
Mm, okay.
What's your beef?
What's your beef? Okay.
What's your beef? We've done a lot of things, and again, this is not about um, gloating or what is it, cloud chasing, or just having people ooh and ah over you. Because we grew up where our parents basically was like, be quiet, hush your mouth, don't say anything. Because if you say anything, people are going to be like jealous, envious, mean, hateful. And I understood that. Like, oh, why? Because everybody else is doing it, right? But as I continue to get older, wiser, more mature, even instill it in my own kids, celebrate you,
Mhm.
celebrate you. Um, every time that you're able to do something,
Mhm.
it's a blessing and it's a testimony.
Mhm.
So why is it that we should deny ourselves and also basically deny God that has provided those opportunities to us by being quiet? So yeah, what's the beef, Teresa?
Well, he said Peter was going to deny him 3 times before the cock crowed. So you said, what's the beef?
What's the beef?
I think that we bought into this fabricated world, and we only see on social media the best of what someone is living and they're experiencing. I just said I had to take 4 months off. I couldn't leave the house. I literally could not get out of the house. I couldn't leave my house. And when I realized I couldn't leave the house, I knew I had a real problem. I couldn't get out the door to do the simplest thing. And so when when I look back on how far I've come and all the things that, sometimes I was like, I don't want to go, but we had planned the majority of this stuff. But it's like, now I got to do it. And it was like, I'm a little uncomfortable, but I'm still here to do it. So for me, it's like, I'm not going to deny the road was rocky to get out the house, but it was good for me to, because I needed that change of scenery. I needed to it's almost like reinvent myself. I needed to get in touch with who I actually was because I'd lost that person. She wasn't there. I didn't know where she was. She was somewhere on an island, and I had to go back and get her. And so, when we talk about that beat, I think for me, and I'm growing. I'm still growing. I think Mama's been 28, so I think Mama's no longer 28. So I don't know what age I'm supposed to be now. I think I'm 35 because Mama's probably like 45. So I'm this 35-year-old woman. Yeah, because Mama was 28 forever. And then I said, Mama, I'm 28. What you going to be now? So I'm this 35-year-old woman who's still evolving and growing into who she's going to be. I can't deny parts of my life because it makes somebody else feel uncomfortable. Because the truth is, they don't deny theirs. They still live their life. I'm hearing songs. Y'all know I hear songs in my head. They still living their life, and they don't care what you feel about it. So for me, there should be no beef. Everybody has the right to live their life on with their standards, whatever their standards are. It's up to them. I may not agree with their standards, and that's okay. They don't agree with mine all the time, but that's their choice. So there should be no beef. So I'm taking beef as envy, is what I'm taking that as. There should be no shade being thrown. Because why? We each have the same opportunity every day. It doesn't matter what our education is. It doesn't matter where we came from, what the zip code was. We each wake up with every day with the same opportunity. Some people may be farther ahead of me. Some people may be right where I am, and some people may be behind us, but we each wake up with the same opportunity. If we don't take advantage of it, that's us. It's not the other person who's taking advantage of it. They were right here with me, but now they've moved on. Well, there's no reason for me there's no beef here. Because see, I didn't do what I need to do. And so that's my problem, not their problem. I should still celebrate their win. This is the way I see it now. I could be wrong now, OnJerya.
No, I agree with you. Like I've said many, many, many times before, and will continue to say, if I rock with you and I win, we all win.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm really rocking with you and I'm holding you down and you holding me down and we holding each other accountable, whatever the outcome of the success is, it's a win for both. But the problem is we don't want the next person to get ahead because we're afraid that if they get ahead, that it's going to make them look better than me. But if I am rocking with you, aren't we all looking in that good light together?
Well, I'm not really rocking with you. Let's call this spade with it. I'm not rocking with you, baby.
Oh, is that
You
what the
rocking
problem
with
is?
me. Yeah. You see, you rocking with me, and I got you believing that I'm rocking with you. But then
Oh,
when you do better than me, then you get it gets a little rocky there, and then you see that they not rocking with me. I done all this crap for them. Made them look like the Queen of Sheba or whatever he was, she was, whatever it is. I've made them look good, but they were never rocking with me. I think I wrote a piece about that. I called that ego booster. I was always their ego booster. And sometimes I don't want to boost somebody else's ego because if I'm constantly boosting your ego, let me look behind me. Is there anybody boosting my ego? Because I don't have enough energy to do it because I'm giving it to you and you are walking all over me.
so he's just running you over.
Run me over. I was thinking that same thing. Go run me over. And I'm going to keep giving you permission to run me over. Now, when is you going to get it in your head that you your own biggest problem? Oh, I was going to say enemy, but you're the problem. You, not these people that you're giving the power to. It's you. Because you sit there and showed you. How many times do I have to keep showing you, baby? You're not going to keep showing me that many times. Because they say that Maya says when people show you who they are, believe them. Oh, I'm with her. Yeah, you done showed me. Judah showed us who he was.
Absolutely.
What more do I need? Satan showed us who he was. God showed us who he was when he said to um, Lot and his family, the angels told them to flee Gomer and not to look back. She looked back. Lot's wife looked back. He showed us who he was. God has been showing us all throughout the Bible who he is. Satan shows us too. These people walking around here upright, they be showing us too. So why you keep staying there, baby? Uh, uh, oh. I didn't know I had a choice. You always got a choice. Now, are you prepared to do what's necessary to exercise that choice? That's the question. That's the question.
Teresa, I thought you was gonna go in the altar call. I was just gonna be quiet.
You know I'll go in the altar call, because
The doors of the church are
doors
open.
of the church is open. I'm sorry, I didn't open up the doors of the church. I'm sorry. That's not where you want to go, I can tell. Just bring me back. Where you want to go, OnJerya?
No, that pretty much sums it up. You know, in this season, in this new year, in this new month, in this new day, we have to let the dead weight, fall by the wayside and don't pick it back up.
Mm-hmm.
Because once we realize that certain people just can't have access to us, it's okay. It hurts. It's hard. You cry. You're in the fetal position. You're like, Lord, why me? Because their time is up. Their season is over. And I know it hurts because we've all been there when we've had to cut that low hanging fruit. You didn't want to, but you had to because you get to a point when you realize everybody can't go. And it's okay. It's okay. Whatever the path that we were supposed to walk, whatever the things that we were supposed to accomplish, if we accomplished them, great. If we didn't, great. Because at the end of the day, who is it that loses out?
Mm-hmm.
Is it me or is it them? Because as long as they continue to be attached to me, ooh Lord, they're always going to reap the benefits. So I would say to you, as I give it back to Teresa, when are you going to wake up and cut them loose and cut the beef?
Well, I want to thank everybody who's joined us over on YouTube. Thank you, Tammy, 5296. And she said hello and congratulations to both of us.
Thank you.
And Carrie I'm probably mispronouncing, so please forgive me. Oh, that's Miss Pretty. She's on her son's backup page. Yes, we all got the same 24 hours. So again, I don't understand what the issue is, but as you said, bless her sweet soul. Somebody, I'm sorry, sorry, I'm leaving. Say yes, giving the benediction on that season, sister. Yes, sir. You got to give the benediction on that season because again, they reaping the benefits of being attached to you. And to me, I'm thinking as they reap that benefit, looking at all the stuff up here on my desk, as they're reaping the benefit, this was a full thing of cream, a tube of cream. But I've been using it. You see that? It's getting flatter and flatter. As they reap the benefit, this tube gets flatter and flatter. Nobody's putting no more of this petroleum stuff back up in this tube. That it's not happening. And so, like Sarah said, we need to do the benediction on them people and that season. And I said to OnJerya, so it's interesting she said season because I said to OnJerya, or I said to somebody else too, but I said to OnJerya a couple of days ago, could have been just yesterday. It was the second day. I said, didn't they start that at least the 31st? The same stuff they've been doing for 2 years, 2 long years. Promises was all I heard. You know I love that song. Promises was all I heard. We done it all through Christmas. Now they're doing it leading up to the new year. We step into the new year. I said, what we running this wasn't it the same script that they were doing in 2025? Recent 2025, but all of 2025, all of 2024.
All of 25. Yeah.
I said, it's time to cut them loose. Because if we go with that old superstition about whatever you do going into the New Year's, what you're going to do the whole year, or whatever happens on New Year's Day, that's what you're going to be doing. You've already set this up to keep doing that same old pattern of being a leech, taking, 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 and taking till somebody is flat and you've not put anything back. And let me tell you a secret. It's January the 6th and they still doing that same thing. Their season is over. The season is over. You got to cut them loose because if not, you're going to go down with the ship. You're going to go down with the Titanic because you cannot save somebody that doesn't want to do the work to save themselves. You just can't. So let them go, OnJerya. You know, I was saying to Marley last night, that's my middle sister. And if I start mixing up the names, that's because whenever I talk about them, I always do. I'm 18 years older than OnJerya. I'm 4 years older than Meredith. And I'm the only person that calls her Marley besides my best friend, Paula. But I will start to call OnJerya Marley too. But then I'll say number one and number two. So if I get it mixed up, y'all flow with me. I was talking to Marley last night and we were talking about relationships and how people, sometimes you have to separate yourself from people. And everybody that knows me know I love this scripture. I heard it first with T.D. Jakes. They went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they'd been of us, surely they would have continued on with us. And I talked about the fact that you can be with people physically and still think that they're supposed to be tied to you, but they was never with you. They weren't with you emotionally. They were not with you socially. They never championed you. They was with you. They was milking you like like a cow thing. What do they call them things?
I
They
think
were
it's
just
others.
whatever. They were just milking everything out of you. But in your mind, you think you're together. And you don't realize they were never with you. They were physically there, but they weren't with you, baby. And so again, this idea of, well, I can't do what people gonna say. Well, you gotta let them go. And then sometimes we believe that we are tied to people. Let me say, help me, Lord. Let me say it the right way. In the flesh, I believe I'm tied to somebody. And I may have been.
Yeah.
My mind is moving. I'm looking for biblical references. My mind is moving. Oh, I think I can work this one. I may have been tied to them, but that didn't mean I was going to be tied to them my whole life. Now, let's take John the Baptist. John the Baptist was the forerunner for Christ. Now, Christ comes, they kind of tied together. I can take Judas, actually. I can take Peter. I can take a lot of people there. But then John the Baptist, guys, they were tied together, but they did not continue together. As I think I've been talking about my little red wagon, that little your ticket thing from a TAS Transformer TAS show. You take your ticket and you go on your way, and they take their ticket and they go their way. Just because you were tied to someone for a while, a moment, doesn't mean you're gonna be tied to them for the rest of your life. Now, you might be tied to them for the rest of your life, but you may not be tied to them the way that you were initially tied to them, because you don't mean them no harm. But you got to understand that the circumstances have changed. And when circumstances change, you must change and stop looking back. Now, Dennis Perkins and I did a conversation about that double-mindedness. And to me, that's when I was like, oh, Lot's wife was double-minded because she's still looking back. It's 2026 for everybody who didn't know it. It's 2026. What did not serve you well in 2025 on January the 6th, I'm telling you, let it go. Let it go, because it will drag you down in 2026. Because again, it's like a ball and chain. You keep pulling something with you in the same way that it always was, but it was never serving you. It doesn't mean that you made a bad decision. I think I was talking to Molly about that last. It's not a bad decision. It could have been you. It was in the kitchen. I don't know who I was talking to. You made the best decision that you could at that moment in time, given the information that you had. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't beat yourself up. You only should beat yourself up, which I don't advise doing that. But when you have better information, more information, and you won't make the right decision. Now that's when you should feel some kind of way. But when you can only make decisions based upon what you know. But when you got the facts and you still won't get off the they say I'm from the country. How they say it? You either get off the pot or piss.
Yeah.
You got the facts and you won't get off the pot and you won't piss. So that's on you now, baby. You should be asking yourself what's the beef with yourself that you don't feel valuable enough to treat yourself with respect. I don't know, Angie. I get back to you.
Well, I think it's a combination of all of the above and a little bit with some ranch sauce on the side.
Man, you
I
don't like
don't,
ranch.
I know you like blue cheese and I
I
don't
love
like blue cheese.
I love blue cheese. Mm-hmm.
So I have to stick with my ranch sauce.
Okay.
Um, I don't want to because I feel like I don't have to
Mm-hmm.
because I'm holding on. Yes, Sarah, as she said, break the ties that bind you in a place of no peace.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, 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 yes. But it's hard though.
Mm-hmm.
When you, what they say, it takes 21 days, I think, like when
25
you're learning.
to do something for it to become a routine. Mm-hmm.
Right. So if you've been doing this for 6 months, 7 months, a year, it's hard to break that routine. It's hard. But guess what? You can do it. It's doable. Just as quickly as you fell into it is as quickly you're going to fall out of it. And understand that you did the best that you could.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You did the best that you could.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't you because it takes two to tango.
Mm-hmm.
You're never having a conversation just by yourself. The
Never.
other party has to be willing to participate and have that emotional intelligence that you talk about all the time. And when they don't have it, or they act like they have it, but they don't want to utilize it, then again, you have to make a decision. When is it time for you to exit stage left?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I holding on to something that I don't need to hold on to anymore? Why am I sitting here crying over spilt milk, spoiled milk, however you want to say it?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that something that happened 2 years ago, I'm still talking about it 2 years later? Why is it, hey, Addie, why is it that I'm not putting me first?
Lucius.
Okay? Cookie said it best. I got to put me first. I
Mm-hmm.
have to put me first. As I told Teresa, I believe it was yesterday, I said, this is the year of me. I don't care if you don't like it, hate it or love it. I don't care. It's the year of me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm tired of making everybody else a priority while I'm no longer pouring into me. Because the people that I keep pouring into, they're not reciprocating that energy back. So then I have to ask myself, well, why do you keep pouring into them? What are you getting out the deal? Absolutely nothing. So this year is about me. It's about me doing what I want to do, me moving the way that I want to move, regardless of who got a problem with it. Because if you got a problem with it, you can take it up with the man upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm still going to be who?
You.
Me.
Well, Red over here said, "Why are you talking about me now?" And then she said, "Like Elsa, let it go. Absolutely, let it go." I love that. I keep singing that song, "Let It Go." And then Miss Pretty said that hit me hard. Um, but then Sarah said, "Yes, it is hard, but you spoke the word. It's doable, and it is doable." And the thing that I'm thinking about Black women now, and I know our artist is mixed as in white and black, and then multiracial individuals. And our audience is men also, which I like that. Um, but I want to talk about Black women right now. Why do you think it's hard for Black women to let it go?
Do you really want me to be honest?
Yeah, be honest. I want to help somebody.
Girl, because it go back to slavery.
Okay.
It goes back to slavery. Now, some people say, no, it don't. Yes, it do.
Okay.
Yes, it do. Because we've had this conversation before about where we always have to take care of everybody else. We
Mhm,
was the nanny, we breastfed your baby. Then
mhm,
when the man was getting beat down, we had to go and tend to him and nurse him back to health. Uh, when and then take care of the land, and then take care of the home, and then be with the master and do our little one too.
mhm.
So it's hard to let it go when for years, for centuries, for decades, I've had to be all these people, these different roles to all these different people. So I don't even know who I am because when do I got time to discover me and work on me if I'm always taking care of other people? I'm always being that nurturer. I'm always being that provider. I'm tired.
Mhm.
I'm tired. I'm walked over, slumped over. Yeah, they looking pretty. I know. I'm walked over, slumped over. I need to be walking straight with my head held up high. But I can't do that because I'm always looking, trying to anticipate what your need gonna be before you anticipate what the need gonna be. Before you even ask me, I got to be 3 steps, if not 30 steps ahead, because I never know what you're gonna need. It's like, as they say, when you're a parent now. I mean, my kids are older now, but when they were younger, you know how like you got the diaper bag. They got everything in there. Because you just never know what they're going to need. You bring the whole house with you because you just never know what you're going to need. And that's what it is for Black women. We never know what someone's going to need and ask of us. So we have to be ye ready. Well, I'm tired of being ye ready. I don't want to always have to be on. As they say, you want to be with that person to be in your soft girl era where you can turn your brain off.
Ooh, yeah.
Sometimes I want to be able to turn the brain off and not have to think for the both of us and think for all of us. Like that's why you here. You're here to play your part. And if you're not able to play that part, then why are you here?
Well, you done set us up for something, OnJerya. This is January, February coming up. Why you here?
Why are you here? That
Why?
ain't your man. He was with somebody else the other night. Why you here? Because you lonely? You're not lonely. You can be with somebody and be alone. I just had this discussion at work literally last week about how people can be married in a whole marriage now and be single parents. But nobody want to have that conversation because again, we think that when somebody's with us, it's the optics, but they really not with you.
So going back to what I was talking to Marley about last night, they've already gone out from you because we think that that's a literal thing because
Right.
it is a literal interpretation of that scripture. But people can still be with you, but they're not with you because we know that you can be lonely, you can be with someone and be alone.
Yep.
So again, understanding that is, but that goes back, is it my trauma, is it my upbringing, what is it that keeps me stuck in this mindset that I have to sacrifice myself in order to be accepted, be it in my romantic relationship, my friends, my family, whatever, my job. What is it that this society has made us believe? And maybe it does go back to, even with that, to slavery. Because as you stated, I am all of these different roles. So it's like the runaway bride. I'm all of these different roles. Who am I?
It's,
And so I don't get to know who I am. And then the traumas of our families get passed on to us, and it just gets perpetuated and perpetuated. And it's like, who are you? I don't know who I am, but I'm supposed to be okay. Mental health is real,
it is.
and people are not okay.
Mm,
And again, the inability to either, I'm country guys, piss or get off the pot.
yeah.
Because see, some people may never have heard that phrase. That we got to understand it. And someone said on Facebook, I mean on IG, we cannot forget about us. And that's what happens. We, the individual, we forget that person,
We
you
do.
know, and we're not able then to advocate for ourselves. We don't recognize the warning signs that things are going awry
True.
because we still all these different roles for all these different people, places. So now, yeah, people, places,
We
organizations.
can break some things, organization.
You know, I'm throwing in organizations, you know, churches, organizations, and you cannot do that and sustain yourself,
Yeah.
not for the long term. So, you know, as I can say I'm not okay and can't wait to start my healing journey. And that's the thing to do. As Miss Pre was saying, you know, to say that because having that self-awareness and being able to admit it first is the first step to being able to make a change. And Vivian said, I already knew you were she's so crazy. She said, I already knew you were phenomenal. Your sissy is amazing. I'm looking forward to listen to more of this. I will inbox you the information for the book and everything. Thank you so much. Um, but yeah, we've got a lot of work to do in 2026, guys. Um, because for me personally, 2025 was a great year,
Oh yeah.
but I had some struggles. And those were they were like landmines almost. They were red flags. I just ignored them. And now I'm very conscious of, I'm not gonna say I do everything right every day, but I'm striving to do better. We all have to do it in whatever our struggle is in life because we only got one life to live.
Let's do it.
And you know, it's about to be the edge of night. And we can no longer be bold and beautiful. And sometimes, you know, we feel a little young and restless, but, you know, they call us over to General Hospital. And then we think that that dynasty that we built is going to sustain us. But, you know, it was really the time that I was in Dallas that I had a good time. So, you know, that dynasty really doesn't exist. And then it's
Yeah.
like, okay, am I on Knots Landing? But, you know, sometimes when you're on them cul-de-sacs, a cul-de-sac will block you in and you cannot work your way out of the cul-de-sac. Let's don't find ourselves in a cul-de-sac.
Nope.
One way in and one way out. Because that sets us up for not a good experience.
Yeah.
Not a good experience. Angie, as we bring this show to a close, I'm going to let you have the last word.
Well, I mean, I think we covered everything. And I mean, of course, we can go on this topic forever and forever and forever, and take it, from different angles and different approaches. But at the end of the day, it's okay to be selfish with you. I don't
Mhm.
care what nobody tells you. I don't care if people, even your own family, give you slack, a flack, or however you want to say it, about, well, why are you? I am going to be selfish with me. The word is no. I know you're not used to me saying it, but no. And that's the end of it. There's not going to be anything. No, drop it. Don't keep coming back saying, but what? I don't care. No, because this year I am being selfish with me, and I highly recommend that everybody else join in and do the same. Because a lot of us are definitely tired of being that strong friend. And it's not that you're being dismissive or you're not concerned about your fellow man. You got to be concerned about yourself. Because what good is it to be the person that's carrying not only your own burden and struggles, but then you're carrying everyone else's, and then you don't have the time and energy to reflect and rejuvenate and heal yourself so that you can continue showing up for people in the manner that you do. So I give you permission if you didn't know you needed. Here you go. You have my permission to love you more, to spend time with you more. Get to know who you are now in this season. Because who you were last year, I sure hope that's not who you are today. Because I know I'm not. Because if you had told me 3 years ago that I would be an author, I probably would have been like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. But then look at me now. Look
Mhm.
where we are. So take that time, Work on that project that you've been putting to the side collecting dust and move it forward. Whatever it is that your focus is on, whatever it is that your dreams are, your goals, your aspirations that we all have put off
Mhm.
because we were taking time to take care of other people. Please know now is the time to pick it up. And
Mhm.
don't be afraid to. Yes, there's going to be some challenges, but with the challenges, that's how you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Because if everything just always came together and fell in your lap, then you wouldn't appreciate it because you didn't work hard for it. So now that you're having to work for it, that's a good feeling because now you can walk away and say, you know what? Yeah, I may have some bumps and bruises, and I may even have to cry sometime. But you know what? It is very rewarding to know that I didn't give up on myself. So my thing is, don't give up on you. Stop focusing about, stop worrying about what everybody else got going on. Cause who cares?
Yes.
Cause they gonna do what they want to do. Focus on you.
Well, OnJerya, that's a great wrap up. I am going to say this because I want to reiterate it. Make decisions based on the information you currently have.
Yeah,
Don't stay tied to the past because the past is the past.
that's the best.
And as folks said, they're tired of being that strong friend. They're starting their healing journey. Um, make decisions based upon the current information you have about a situation. Okay, because now that means you have more data, you have more met, you got more information, you can make a more informed decision and be open to the possibilities,
Hmm.
because that's basically what you just said. If I told you 2 3 years ago when I was like, I need you, I want you to do this, no, 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 I'm not going to do that with you, no, 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 stop asking me, no, 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 okay. And guys, just as a sidebar, we were in Hawaii the first time and I told her, we're doing this show and we're going to start in January. And we did. But if and I didn't know what it was, I didn't know where we were going to go. And sometimes we are hesitant to move forward because we don't know where we're going or how it's going to end up. But that's the thing called life. And that's the reason we have to hold on to our faith and whatever you believe in. You have to hold on to that because we don't know how we're going to get to the destination. Even if you know that someone has said or God has said to you that this is what it's going to be, you don't know the path to get there because you have to move by faith and by his guidance. Because again, things are constantly shifting. You thought you were going to go straight 40 to get to Charlotte, 4085. But I don't like 4085 to go to Charlotte. I'm going to take you through Southern Pines, but I could take you a different way. But the thing is, as long as we get there safely, as long as we get there safely, that's the only thing that matters. So don't be afraid to shift your thinking and what you thought in your humanness. A friend of mine says to me, and I'm going to butcher it, but I'm going to try to leave it because somebody needs to hear it that's with us. Use a smart girl. Use a smart girl, but you're not smarter than God. You're going to have to release your hands, take your hands off of it, and let God take it. You're good. You've accomplished a lot in your own physicalness, your humanness, but you can't accomplish this. You're going to have to let God take it. And for whomever I'm speaking to or whoever hears this later, that's a hard concept to get because they worked on me for about 4 months to help me to understand that. You're good, Teresa. You're good. But I need you to take your hand off of it and let him handle it because he can do the miraculous. You cannot. So we know that 2026 is going to be a wonderful year for everybody. Thank you guys for joining us over on IG. Thank you for joining us on YouTube and on Facebook. We look forward to our time with you this year. And remember, before you go trying to take care of someone else, please make sure you take care of yourself first. Bye now.
Bye.